You've seen the TV dramas, lawyers shouting, surprise evidence, dramatic confessions. Forget all that. The reality of the legal world is far less glamorous but far more important. What you see on television is designed to entertain, not to educate. Real courtrooms operate under a completely different set of expectations. Real courtrooms are nothing like Hollywood. They're serious, structured, and focused on facts, not theatrics. The atmosphere is professional, and every participant, from the judge to the attorneys to the jury, has a specific role to play. Every step, from the judge's entrance to the verdict, follows strict rules developed over centuries. These traditions and procedures are there to ensure fairness and consistency, not to create suspense for an audience. The goal isn't entertainment, it's fairness and order. The justice system is built to protect everyone's rights, not to provide plot twists. Trials are methodical, not chaotic. No last-minute surprises, no shouting matches. Instead, there's a careful presentation of evidence, and every argument is made according to established rules. The system is designed to give both sides a fair shot, not to reward the loudest voice. Each side has the opportunity to present its case, question witnesses, and respond to the other's arguments. It's about evidence, logic, and applying the law, not emotion or drama. Judges and juries are trained to focus on facts, not feelings. If you want to know what really happens behind those courtroom doors, you're in the right place. We'll take you beyond the myths and show you the real process. We'll break down the process, so you understand how justice actually works. From opening statements to the final verdict, you'll see how each step fits together. Remember, the justice system is a cornerstone of society, built to protect rights and resolve disputes with discipline. It's a system that demands respect and careful attention to detail. It's not perfect, but its structure keeps things fair. The rules and procedures are there for a reason, and they help ensure justice is served. Let's see how a real trial unfolds and discover the truth behind the scenes of the justice system. Trials follow a set sequence, no chaos, just order. Every trial, whether civil or criminal, is built on a foundation of fairness and procedure. The process is designed to give both sides an equal chance to present their case, and to ensure that the truth comes out in the end. It starts with opening statements. Each side previews what they'll prove. The attorneys outline their main points, setting the stage for what the jury and judge should expect to hear. This is the moment when the story of the case begins to unfold. No arguments yet, just a roadmap for the case. The opening statements are not evidence, but they help everyone understand the issues at stake and what each side believes the evidence will show. Next comes evidence and witness testimony. The plaintiff or prosecutor calls witnesses, then the defense cross-examines. Each witness brings their own perspective, and their answers can be crucial in shaping the outcome. Documents and physical evidence are introduced for the court to consider. These items, like contracts, photographs, or forensic reports, help paint a clearer picture of what really happened. When the prosecution rests, the defense presents its case using the same process. The defense may call its own witnesses and introduce its own evidence, challenging the story told by the other side. This back and forth tests the evidence and arguments. Both sides have the opportunity to question, clarify, and challenge, making sure nothing is taken at face value. After all evidence is presented, lawyers give closing arguments, summarizing their case and urging the jury to see things their way. This is their final chance to connect the dots and persuade the jury. The judge then instructs the jury on the law. These instructions guide the jury on how to interpret the evidence and apply the law to the facts they've heard. The jury deliberates in private and reaches a verdict. Their decision must be based only on the evidence and the law, free from outside influence or personal bias. Every step is designed to ensure fairness and clarity. The structure of a trial protects the rights of everyone involved and upholds the integrity of the justice system. No shortcuts, no surprises, just a careful search for the truth. The process may seem slow, but it's thorough for a reason. That's the real anatomy of a trial, a journey from uncertainty to a verdict, guided by rules, respect, and the pursuit of justice. Not all trials are the same. There are civil cases and criminal cases. Criminal cases, the government accuses someone of a crime. If found guilty, the defendant can face fines, probation, or jail. The prosecutor must prove guilt beyond a reasonable doubt, a very high standard. Civil cases, disputes between individuals or organizations, usually about money or property. The plaintiff sues the defendant, claiming harm or loss. The government isn't a party, it just provides the forum. If the plaintiff wins, the defendant pays damages, no jail time. The standard of proof is lower, just more likely than not. In civil cases, it's about liability, not guilt. Criminal cases protect public safety, civil cases resolve private disputes. Two systems, two standards, two very different outcomes. Understanding the difference is key. The courtroom is a stage, and every trial is a carefully choreographed performance with key players, each with a unique and vital role. Understanding who's who helps you follow the action and appreciate how justice is served. The judge is the referee, impartial, in charge, and enforcing the rules. The judge listens to both sides, makes sure the law is followed, and sometimes decides the outcome if there's no jury. Their authority keeps the proceedings fair and orderly. The jury is made up of ordinary citizens chosen from the community. They listen to the evidence, weigh the facts, and ultimately deliver the verdict. Their job is to be fair, open-minded, and to represent the voice of the people. In criminal trials, the jury decides whether the accused is guilty or not guilty. In civil trials, they determine who's at fault and what compensation, if any, is owed. Their decision can change lives. Attorneys are the advocates. The prosecutor or plaintiff's lawyer presents the case and seeks justice for the state or the injured party. The defense attorney protects the rights of the accused or the defendant, ensuring their side is heard. Both sides challenge each other's evidence and arguments, asking tough questions and making persuasive points. Their skills and strategies shape the story the jury hears. Witnesses are called to testify about what they know. Some are fact witnesses, sharing what they saw or heard firsthand. Others are expert witnesses, brought in to explain complex evidence or technical details. Fact witnesses help paint a picture of what happened, while expert witnesses break down complicated topics so everyone can understand. Their testimony can be crucial to the outcome. All witnesses swear to tell the truth before they testify. Lying under oath is a serious crime called perjury, and it can have major consequences. Each role is essential to the process, and together, they form the foundation of a fair trial. The judge keeps order, the jury decides the facts, the lawyers argue their cases, and the witnesses inform the court. It's a system built on teamwork and trust. Everyone has a job, and the system depends on each person doing it well. When all these roles work together, justice has its best chance to prevail. That's who's who in the courtroom and why each person matters in the pursuit of justice. The burden of proof is central to every trial. Usually the plaintiff or prosecutor must prove their case. The defendant doesn't have to prove anything. In criminal cases, the defendant is presumed innocent. The prosecution must prove guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. If there's any reasonable doubt, the jury must acquit. This protects against wrongful convictions. Defense attorneys don't have to prove innocence. They just need to challenge the prosecution's case. If they create doubt, that's enough. In civil cases, the plaintiff must show it's more likely than not that their claim is true. The burden of proof shapes every trial. Here's the reality. Most cases never go to trial. Over 90% are resolved out of court. In civil cases, parties usually settle, agreeing on compensation to avoid the risks and costs of trial. In criminal cases, plea bargains are common. The defendant pleads guilty to a lesser charge for a lighter sentence. Both sides avoid uncertainty and expense. Negotiation, mediation, and arbitration help resolve disputes efficiently. This isn't a flaw, it's how the system manages resources. Only the toughest, most complex cases reach a full trial. The courtroom is the exception, not the rule. Most justice happens quietly, outside the spotlight. Courtrooms aren't TV sets. They're where justice happens. Trials are slow, structured, and focused on facts, not drama. Lawyers spend more time preparing than performing. Real aha moments are planned, not surprises. The system's rules protect fairness and keep emotion in check. It's the foundation of a free society, ensuring no one is above the law. The process may seem tedious, but it's vital. Judges, juries, and lawyers aren't actors, they're upholding a civic duty. Next time you hear about a trial, look for the structure, not the spectacle. Justice isn't always exciting, but it matters deeply. And that's the real verdict.